The desert night was a cruel irony. Outside, darkness sprawled infinitely, barely disturbed by occasional howls of distant creatures. Inside the car, a suffocating humidity clung to every surface, condensing on windows and turning the leather seats sticky. The storm had passed, but its aftermath lingered. It seemed as if the very air inside was imbued with their desperation. Julia's ragged breathing echoed in the closed confines. Each inhalation was a testament to the pain coursing through her. Her ankle, grotesquely swollen, had taken a purplish hue, an ominous contrast to her pale skin. The bone hadn't pierced through, but the internal injury was agonizingly evident. Every movement, even a slight shift, sent lances of pain shooting up her leg. Roman looked over from the driver's seat, shadows from the dim overhead light dancing on his face. They deepened the lines of worry that had set in. He reached out, taking a cloth dampened with the little drinking water they had left, and dabbed Julia's forehead. The cold touch seemed to offer a fleeting relief, and she moaned softly. "It's going to be okay, Jules," he whispered, trying to inject confidence into his voice. But the crack in his tone betrayed his mounting fear. She looked up, her eyes glazed with pain, but also with something else, a raw vulnerability. "I'm scared, Roman," she murmured, her voice quivering. He gripped her hand, squeezing it. "We'll get through this, I promise." Hours melded into one another, indistinguishable. At some point, Julia's pain gave way to fevered delirium. She'd mutter unintelligibly, sometimes crying out. Other times, she'd gaze emptily at the roof, lost in a world of her own. Roman, battling his rising panic, would murmur soothing words, sing fragments of childhood lullabies, or recount happier memories. But deep down, he felt a helplessness gnawing at him. Occasionally, he'd step out of the car, scanning the horizon for any hint of a passing vehicle or the lights of a distant town. But there was only the oppressive expanse of darkness. The isolation weighed on him, the silence outside contrasting sharply with Julia's whimpers inside. It whispered insidiously, hinting at the bleakness of their situation and fanning the flames of doubt and guilt. As dawn approached, a mutual weariness seeped into them. Their interactions became fewer, punctuated by longer stretches of silence. The air, still damp, felt heavier, and the confines of the car seemed to close in on them. The tangible pain and humidity became secondary to the mental fog enveloping them, the beginning of a slide into desolation and despair.